It's a question I hear often, especially from investors under 50. Should I have crypto in my portfolio? And while many want a yes or a no, the truth is the answer isn't binary. Crypto has undeniably earned a seat at the table. It's tracked on every financial terminal, covered by major outlets, offered by institutions that once scoffed at it. That doesn't make it safe, but it does make it relevant. And anything that captures this much attention in the investment world deserves to be understood. So, let's be clear what crypto is and what it isn't. So let's start with the question, what is crypto? Crypto is not a stock. It doesn't produce income. It doesn't generate dividends. It offers no ownership stake in a business or stream of cash flows. Its value is not rooted in productivity, but perception. It's not ownership of a business, but it is ownership of a belief. That doesn't make it worthless, but it does make it speculative. And speculation, when misunderstood, often disguises itself as conviction. Between late 2021 and mid 2022, Bitcoin surged above 67,000 and then collapsed below 20,000. What changed? Not its cash flow, it doesn't have any. Not its earnings, it doesn't produce them. The only thing that changed was sentiment. And when price is driven purely by narrative, without a rational anchor, volatility becomes the norm, not the exception. It's not a question of valuation, it's a question of belief. That makes crypto tradable, but not foundational. It's worth noting that investing in crypto is not the same as investing in blockchain. Blockchain is the underlying technology behind crypto, offering potential in areas like supply chain management, digital contracts, and secure identity verification. It's innovative and potentially transformative. But buying Bitcoin or Ethereum does not give you ownership in that innovation. You're not buying shares in technology, you're buying a token whose value is determined entirely by supply, demand, and sentiment. So, has regulation changed the game? The rise of Bitcoin ETFs and growing institutional access has created the perception that crypto is now safe or legitimized. But access doesn't equal advisability. Even when offered by trusted platforms, speculative assets remain speculative. Institutions offering access doesn't eliminate volatility or risk. It simply opens the door. Regulation may improve transparency and reduce some fraud, but it doesn't change the underlying nature of crypto. It remains a belief-driven asset, very similar to how gold is. Before you reach for speculation, build the frame. We see it far too often. Portfolios reaching for the edge when the essentials are still unaddressed. No emergency fund, no estate plan, no clarity on goals. It's like building a house and starting with the rooftop deck before laying the foundation. You don't build the rooftop before the frame. So where does it fit? Crypto is not evil, but it's also not essential. It's a tool. Like a high-performance vehicle, it can take you somewhere fast, but without a disciplined driver and a clear destination, it's more of a thrill ride than transportation. For some, it's a small satellite position in their diversified portfolio. For others, it's curiosity that never gets added. And for many, it becomes a distraction from core work of building real wealth. Before even asking if crypto belongs in your portfolio, ask whether the foundation has been built. Here's the checklist I would run through my head before even thinking about crypto. First, I have 3 to 6 months of emergency savings and pay down or eliminated high interest debt. I'm maxing out or contributing consistently to retirement accounts. I have basic insurance protections such as life, disability, and or an umbrella policy. I have a clear investment strategy tied to goals and timeline, and I understand the risk of loss and can stomach volatility. Or I view crypto as a tool, not a core strategy or belief system. So the bottom line is, don't confuse thrill with strategy. Speculation isn't wrong. In fact, disciplined speculation can have a place after the essentials are built and the purpose is clear. But wealth isn't built by chasing headlines or leaning into hype. It's built through structure, discipline, and intentional planning. So when someone asks, should I have crypto in my portfolio? My response is usually this. Let's back up. Tell me why you want it. What's the goal? What does your wealth foundation look like?